Hello everyone, today we will discuss infertility. Infertility. So the infertility means, so the couples, there no pregnancy, there no child, so they are called as infertility. So the large number of the couples, they are face the problem of the infertility. Large the number of people, so the couples, they are face the problem of infertility. So because of, so they are the physically defected, the female or males. Next one, mentally defected, so there are any diseases, so they are the affecting from the infertility, so they are the, so the many people, so they are affecting the infertility. So the infertility, so they are called and the medical techniques. So there's these people using to the few medical techniques, like so assisted reproductive technology. So the assisted reproductive technology means, so the using to the medical technology, they are couples, they are have a pregnancies. So like these are the assisted reproductive technology. In this technology, so there are the 5 types of the techniques. So the 5 types of the techniques they are causing to the pregnancies. First one, in vitro fertilization and embryo transfer. So this in vitro. Next one, second one, zygote intrafallopian transfer. Third one, gamete intrafallopian transfer. Next one, intracytoplasmic sperm injection. Next one, artificial insemination. So they are different types of the techniques. So there are the 5 types of the techniques. So they are the assisted reproductive technology. So in villages areas, so they are the blaming the females, blaming the no pregnancy couples, blaming the female. So they are the, but the equal affecting the male and females. Some male human beings also affecting the sperm count is decreases or less sperm motility. So that person is also no causing the pregnancy. So they are the 5 types of the techniques. First one, in vitro fertilization. And embryo transfer. First see the diagram. So these are the ovary. These are the fallopian tube. Next one, so these are the uterus. So they are the uterus. So first one, in vitro fertilization and embryo transfer. In vitro fertilization means the fertilization occurring the outside the female body. In vitro means the fertilization occurring the outside the female body. So these are called as in vitro fertilization. Once revise. So the in vitro fertilization means the fertilization. Fertilization means the fusion of male and female gametes occurring the outside the female body. So these are called as in vitro fertilization. So in this in vitro fertilization technique, so for example, so the female body, so the not suitable fertilization, the female body, in the fallopian tubes, the fertilization. So the female body, the not suitable for the fertilization, so that time, so they are techniques like taken from the ovum, from the female. wife, so they taken from the ovum, or they taken from the ovum from the wife or donor, wife or donor. Next one, sperms taken from the husband or donor, so they are taken from the sperm. So these egg and sperm, they fusion into the test tube in the outside the body in the laboratory. So this fusion, they formation of zygote. So they formation of zygote. So they are the first one, the female body unsuitable for fertilization. That persons, the ovum taken from the wife or donor body and sperm taken from the husband or donor body. So the egg and sperm fusion with the test tube, the fusing with the test tube, fertilization in the test tube in the laboratories. So the after fertilization, the formation of zygote. After zygote, the cell division. After the zygote formation, cell division. One cell divided into two cells, two cell divided into four cells, four cell divided into 8 cell. So in this 8 cell blastomere stage, 8 cell blastomere stage, 8 cell blastomere stage, 8 cell blastomere stage. So this inserting that embryo, so they are inserting in the uterus of the female body. So the zygote, so for example, so these are the, so they are the 8 cell embryonic stage. So these embryo, so they are inserting the female uterus. So they are inserting the female uterus, So these are called as in vitro fertilization and embryo transfer. In vitro fertilization and embryo transfer. In vitro fertilization means the fertilization occurring the outside the female body. So the ovum taken from the wife or donor, sperms taken from the husband or donor. These two fusion in the test tubes. These two fusion in the test tubes. Test tubes. After fusion, the cell division stage, so the 8 blastomere stage, that embryo, so this is inserting to the female uterus, So they are called as in vitro fertilization and embryo transfer. So they are is equal to the test tube baby, So they are the in vitro fertilization and embryo transfers. Some persons, so the uterus also not suitable for development. Uterus also not suitable for another development. Next development stages. So these embryo inserting to the surrogacy mother. Surrogacy mother means, so another female body. So these zygote inserting to the another female uterus. That person, so they are the developing 9 months baby after embryo, they are developing after delivery. So these are called as surrogacy mother. So these embryo in this female zygote, they are transferred to the another female uterus. So they are called as surrogacy mother. So they are the in vitro fertilization and embryo transfer. Simple. In vitro fertilization means the fertilization occurring the outside the female body. These are called as in vitro fertilization. So in this technique, so the egg taken from the wife or donor body and sperms taken from the husband or donor body. These egg and sperm fusion in the laboratory in the test tubes. So after the formation of zygote, the cell division, 8 cell blastomere stage, that embryo inserting to the uterus. So they are called as in vitro fertilization and embryo transfer. So they are the first type. Next one, second side heading, zygote intrafallopian transfer. So the zygote intrafallopian transfer. So first one, embryo transfer. So first step, there after zygote, the cell division, the formation of embryo. So the embryo inserting the female uterus, to the uterus. But in this second technique, so the zygote intrafallopian transfer. So the zygote intrafallopian transfer means, so the in this technique, so they are the one of the fertilization method. So these are the first step. So the wife and the wife body taken from the egg or donor body, so taken from the egg. Next one, husband sperms are the taken or donor sperms are the taken. So this egg and sperm fusion with the outside the body, fusion with the outside the body in the laboratory. So these after formation of zygote, for example, so these are the egg, ovum plus, so these are the sperm, so they are the sperm. So these two fusion, they formation of zygote, they formation of zygote, their formation of zygote. So these zygote, this formation of zygote, this stage, so they are inserting to the female fallopian tube, inserting the female fallopian tube, inserting the female fallopian tube. So these are called as zygote intrafallopian transfer, zygote intrafallopian transfer, that taken from the ovum from the body and sperms taken from the husband. These two fusion, they formation of zygote. These zygote inserting the female fallopian tube, female fallopian tube. So the female, after female fallopian tube to their cell divisions, next they converting to the embryo. So the after developing the uterus of the female body. So these are the zygote intrafallopian transfer, zygote intrafallopian transfer. So in this step, the after fertilization, zygote inserting the fallopian tube. Next, third one, gamete intrafallopian transfer. Third one, gamete intrafallopian transfer, gamete intrafallopian transfer. For example, so they are the one female wife, so one wife. So in this lady, in this female, so the egg is not releasing. So in this ovary, the egg is not releasing. Gamete is, gamete, female gamete means egg. Egg is not releases, egg is not releasing. That time, so the donor body, donor to taken from the ovum, donor body to taken from the ovum. That egg, ovum means egg, the donor body to taken from the egg, that egg inserting the female body. So these are the, for example, so this person is the donor female. So in this female lady, egg taken from the egg, ovum. So they are taken from the ovum. So these ovum, so these are inserting the female fallopian tube, inserting the female fallopian tube. So they are inserting the female fallopian tube. So these are the one female, so they are the donor female. In this female wife, so the egg is not releasing, egg is not releasing, gametes are the not releasing. So the donor's body taken from the egg, this egg inserting this female fallopian tube, like this egg inserting the fallopian tube. They are the egg. Egg means ovum, inserting the fallopian tube of the body. After the entering in the fallopian tube, they are copulation, the sperm entering into the uterus, uterus to fallopian tube. After the formation of fertilization, formation of zygote, after zygote, the formation of embryo. So they are the zygote intrafallopian transfer, zygote intrafallopian transfer. So they are the three female techniques. So these three female techniques. One is the in vitro fertilization and embryo transfer. Second one, zygote intrafallopian transfer. Third one, gamete intrafallopian transfer. First step, after embryo. So they are step embryo transfer into the female body. Second one, only zygote transfer into the female body. Third step, third technique, only egg transfer into the female fallopian tube. So they are the three techniques. Next one, fourth one, intracytoplasmic sperm injection. Intracytoplasmic sperm injection. Intracytoplasmic sperm injection. So this the husband. So in this technique, effect in the husband. So the So they are the female. Female means wife. Wife. Next one, husband. Husband. So in this female body is normal, female suitable for the fertilization. So no effects in the female body. But in this technique, husband is affected. Husband is, so they are not possible from the pregnancies. So in this husband, sperm count decreases or sperm motility is decreases. Sperm count or decrease or sperm motility is decrease. So in this technique, they are taken from the sperm outside. Taken from the sperms from the injection, that is sperms taken from the injections. Next one, so in this body ovum, so they are the ovum. So this sperm it directly inject into the ovum. So they are directly injects into the ovum. So they are called as intracytoplasmic sperm injection. Directly in the sperm injection into the ovum. So they are called as intracytoplasmic sperm injection. So this technique using only sperm count to decrease persons or sperm motility less persons. Next one, last official, artificial insemination. Artificial insemination. So the artificial insemination means, so the sperm motility decrease or sperm count is decrease. That persons the wife uterus, they are donor sperm taken from the donor sperms, that sperms directly insert into the female uterus. They are directly inserted in the female uterus. Female uterus to they are moving from the fallopian tube after the formation of zygote. So they are called as artificial insemination. So the artificial insemination means the husband sperm count is decreased or sperm count motility is less. That type of the persons, they are taken from the donor sperms inserting directly in the female uterus. So the female uterus too they are moving from the fallopian tube. In the fallopian tube, the formation of fertilization, after the formation of zygote. So they are called as artificial insemination. So there are three types of the fertilization method. Next one, another one, a surrogacy. Another one technique, another one, surrogacy mother. Surrogacy. So the surrogacy means, for example, surrogacy means, so they are the one female body. So in this female body, not suitable for fertilization and development. Not suitable for fertilization and development. So in this female, they are taken from the egg, fertilization and with husband sperms. These zygote inserting to the another female body. So another female is called as surrogacy mother. Another female is called as surrogacy mother. So in this female egg and his wife sperm, these two formation of zygote. That zygote inserting to the another female body. So in this female is called as surrogacy mother. Surrogacy mother. In this mother there is no ovum. So this zygote. So this female body. But they are carrying the 9 months after delivery. So this mother is called as surrogacy mother. Next one, so they are these techniques are the highly costly and typical and critical techniques. So they are the some effectings. So these techniques, special one is the adaptation. One of the childless couple option, adaptation. So in this adaptation, so they are the legal and technically legally, so they are taken from the adaptation. So they are the childless couples are the enjoying the life. So they are the one option, adaptation, very easily. So they are the adaptation process. So they are the 5 types of the techniques: in vitro fertilization and embryo transfer, zygote intrafallopian transfer, gamete intrafallopian transfer, intracytoplasmic sperm injection. Next one, artificial insemination. So they are the 5 types of the fertilization techniques, 5 types of the fertilization methods.